Breaking news, the January transfer window is open and I've not actually spent any of the money yet. This is new. Hello and welcome to Season 11, Episode 4 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we've got a home game against Leicester in the league, and then, why not, we're going to be away against Carlisle in the FA Cup. We haven't scored a hatful of goals on the channel for goodness knows how long. Are we going to get a better opportunity? We're pretty much guaranteed to lose that game now, but I just want to see us score a whole load of goals. Important news though, look at this league table. We're at the halfway point of the season, 19 games played, and we're in third place. I don't know what to do. Let's look at this properly. We're in third place. Let's get on to the nice one that I like. Where are we? There you go. Look, third place. 11 wins, 4 draws, 4 defeats. We've got a nice, big, positive goal difference. We're above Arsenal and Man United. I mean, we're by no means there comfortably. We're only 2 points ahead of 6th place, so realistically, Champions League's not going to happen, but I am starting to think, I wonder if we could qualify for Europe this season. We seem to have stumbled across quite a decent team. Results-wise, since you were last with me, I think the last game you saw was the win against Rotherham. That feels right. Form has been a little bit up and down. It's odd that we're still up there in the Champions League spot. I guess we're winning important matches against the right opponents when they come up. But we lost 2-1 at home to Sheffield United. But we then went away to West Ham and beat them 2-0. We then lost at home to Everton. That was in the Capital One Cup. We actually stuffed Everton in the league. Kind of would have liked to have got to the semi-final of the Cup though. We drew 2-2 at home to Man United, lost 1-0 away against Arsenal. This doesn't feel like Champions League form, but then we've won 3 games on the bounce. We've stuffed Everton 4-1. Wilfred Thomas with a hat-trick and Fall picking up a goal in that game as well. Fall then scored again in a 1-0 away win against QPR, and we beat West Brom 2-1. So we're off the back of 3 wins on the bounce, and yeah, all is looking good. Also, the board have given us a little bit more transfer money to spend. So, although we're desperately in debt and the projection... Oh, that's not the projection button. And the projection really doesn't look particularly healthy. They've said, go on, have 13 million quid. Do what you will with it. We've still got plenty of wage budget as well. So, we could bring in a player. But I don't know who I want. I mean, looking at this team, where do we improve? I guess a goalkeeper, maybe. But I mean that is a good side, and when you consider that Lacio is still injured, Chris is injured as well at the moment, and we've got players like Will Leach, Thierry Ambrose, Pascal Leader, David Martin. These players can't even get in the side. We're a good team all of a sudden, and I'm kind of thinking I might just go and spend this money on 3 or 4 18-year-olds just to fill the squad out a little bit. Although we're pretty decent for squad size at the moment as well. Let me know in the comments, who should I be buying? But let's get into this game against Leicester. And before we do any of that, I need to apologise for the sound quality on yesterday's episode. For whatever reason, my microphone didn't pick up any of my words yesterday. So I had to use the audio off of the camera that I used to record this face. Ordinarily, I would have just re-recorded the episode, but I was recording it on a Saturday night. I just recorded the episode, then just carried on playing the game until I went to bed. So I'd got to this point, and then I went to edit it this morning and realised that the sound hadn't recorded. So it was either completely miss that out and make this episode free, or put it out as it was. I did ask you all on Twitter, and Twitter was universal pretty much in saying, yeah, just stick it out, we'll forgive you this once. So that's what I did. So the team against Leicester, we've got Garrett in goal, a back four of Walker, Peters, Zabala, Dane and Lazaroff. Very much our first choice back four these days, to the point where I still don't think Leader's played a game this season, which is a bit of a worry because he's going to leave. I probably need to start getting him in the team a little bit. He was one of the first names on the team sheet for a year until he got his slip disc, and Zabala and Lazaroff have just emerged as better options, so he can't get in at either right back or centre back. He is left-footed though, and we originally signed him to play at right back, but I am trying to retrain him to be a left back because I guess the weak point of the defence is Walker Peters at left back, but then we've got Will Leach ready to come in as and when, so I just don't see where Leader gets into the team. We need to start rotating the two centre-backs a little bit, but I'm loath to do it while we're winning. In midfield, we've got Fritsche, Kuhl and Yusuf. As I mentioned before, Chris is injured, not for long, but he's actually playing all right now. He's finally starting to come good. Still not quite the player I was hoping for, but as the season goes on, hopefully we're going to see even more from Chris when he comes back from his injury. And then up front, Thomas and Fall with Vaughan in behind. After Thierry Ambrose's lightning start to the season, his form has really fallen off in the last half dozen or so games. And he started the season with 5 in 5. I guess that was when he was starting games. He's only started 6 games. But since then, he's gone quite a long time without scoring a goal. And it's actually, average rating-wise, the worst season he's had as an Ipswich Town player, by quite a long way. He's 28 years old now. Might be time to bring in a replacement for him, but still keep him around because I want him to be my assistant manager at some point. Right, let's get into this game. We're at home against Leicester. Where are Leicester in the league? I can't even remember where Leicester are. Hopefully miles down so we can get... they're 11th. So this could go one of two ways. Right. Oh, they're asking about the transfer window. That's what I was just asking about. We're going to bring someone in, but I'm not discussing it today. And I'm not prepared to talk about transfer policy because I don't know. I've noticed the new feature on YouTube as well, letting you put polls in the little pop-up boxes that come on screen. So in yesterday's episode, there was a poll asking you what position we should strengthen. I'll stick the same poll in today's episode as well, and give you a chance to vote whether it should be goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, striker, or leave well alone, don't break a winning team. Kev will be the 5th option. But obviously you can just let me know in the comments as well. I'm just playing with these polls. I don't even really know where I see the results yet, but I thought it was a new feature. Let's have a little play. Right, Vaughan did all right to create a chance for himself there. And now it's all gone a little bit quiet. It's New Year's Day. Everyone's a little bit hungover. We've had a good Christmas period, which is unusual for us. It's been a season of firsts this season. We started the season well, and we've had a good Christmas. And Fall has just put us 1-0 up. Are we going to have a good New Year as well? I don't know how this has happened, but I'm on board with it. Absolutely. Right, let's have a look at this highlight in 3D. So Vaughan slots it through to Thomas. Thomas in loads of space, and that is a lovely through ball to Fall. I still don't know how to say his first name. Modu. I noticed watching Match of the Day last night. I think it's Swansea. I've got a player, Modu something, and I was desperate for the commentators to say his name, and they didn't. That was helpful. Oh, and Dane's given away a penalty. He does. Was it? It wasn't Leicester we played in the FA Cup semi-final, was it? It might have been. He just kicks Leicester players. That seems to be his. That's how Nicolaj Dane rolls. He likes to kick a Leicester player. So it's 1-1. Not ideal. Is that raining? Very light rain. We're only 28 minutes in. We've got plenty of time to come back. We've got plenty of firepower now, and it is exciting. I'm thinking when Lacio comes back, who do I drop? Because Thomas has come in and really sort of establishing himself now as a good strike partner for Fall. I guess it's fairly obvious that we drop Thomas and bring Lacio back in because Fall is scoring all the goals. But Thomas got that hat-trick a few weeks ago, and he is creating a lot for Fall. So it's not necessarily a foregone conclusion that Lacio jumped straight back into the side. I'm still trying to retrain Lacio to be an attacking midfielder as well, because when I first signed him, that was always the plan. I wanted to play him behind the front two because of how creative he is, but he's not comfortable playing there, which is why we've not done that yet. So he's probably always going to be a striker, but I'd quite like to have a front three of Thomas, Fall and Lacio, and then drop Johnny Vaughan back into the midfield at the expense of Kuhl maybe, and just make us a little bit more creative back there as well. Obviously we'd leak loads more goals if we did that, but that's how we do things at Ipswich. Right, Fritsch is not having a good game, so he can come off, and Teixeira, I'm trying to say his name properly. Again, Match of the Day helped me last night. Teixeira, is that how you say it? I know someone told me that in the comments ages ago, and I practiced saying it in front of the mirror and couldn't really do it. But let me know, did I say it right? And Thierry Ambrose is coming on for Thomas as well. Hopefully Thierry can break his long run of not scoring a goal and pop up and get us the winner in this game, because it would be a shame when we're on a nice little run again to just go and trip up purely because I've got the camera running, which, I mean, it just seems to be the curse. Every time I put the camera on, this happens. Although, there we go, it's through to Fall. Fall should have done better with that, and it looks like he kicked their player in a rage. Didn't get sent off though, that's good. Right, it's time for David Martin now. He can come on for Johnny Vaughan. He's another player who I'd like to see getting a bit more game time. I think now we're starting to build a bit of a squad. We're, 10, 11 seasons in. I need to learn how to do squad rotation. Oh, Full missed an absolute sitter there. We have had the chances to win this match. But yeah, obviously coming up from the lower leagues, being a championship club, being a relegation battling Premier League club, squad rotation... Yeah, that wasn't ideal. I'll go back to what I was talking about and pretend it didn't happen. Squad rotation, not really something we've ever had to think about before. It was a case of try and get 11 decent players together, and once you find a combination, keep them there. But we're now at the point where we've got 16, 18 decent Premier League players, and they're just going to want to start leaving if we don't start rotating them a little bit. And I've never really been any good at squad rotation, but I guess I need to learn it, especially if there's a chance for us ending up in Europe next season and adding a whole load of extra games on. We can't just carry on playing our best 11 every week. It's ridiculous that Pascal Leader's not played a game for us yet this season. He should have done, but I don't know when to bring him in. When do you drop one of the other two to the bench? This is what I need to learn. Let me know in the comments, how do you go about rotating a squad in the Premier League? Because, that's rubbish. Why did we lose that match? I imagine I did something wrong. Right, let's go and make ourselves feel better by hopefully going and sticking 8 goals past Carlisle. So, FA Cup third round day away against Carlisle. We've done a little bit of rotation, not anything ridiculous. I don't want to go and risk getting a defeat there. Plus, after all that waffle 2 minutes ago, our strength in depth isn't that hot. We've picked up a few injuries. There's not much we can do in midfield. We brought Christensen in to give Cool a rest. We can't really do anything up front. I guess we could put Thierry Ambrose back in the side, but I want to continue playing these two guys together. Leader and Zaman both come in as a centre-back partnership. Jan Zaman is probably on his way out of the club. I've accepted an offer from Rennes for almost when we bought him for £13 million. But he's comfortably fourth choice now, and I've got my eye on a new young centre-back to bring in to replace him, so he might be on his way out to make room for him. And we're giving Ivan Stanek is it his debut? I don't remember playing him before. He might have played in the Capital One Cup. Oh, and he played a couple of games for us in the Premier League last season. What do you know? Don't even remember that. When did that happen? So we get to have a look at Stanek as well, in a game where hopefully he can't do anything that's going to cost us the match. So I really do want to go and score lots of goals. This is me trying to rotate. I've rotated Dane. No, motivation's not going to be a problem. This is the longest touchline interview I've ever had to do. Yes, Lasse Viggen Christensen has signed a 1-year contract extension. He is 31. He doesn't play very often, but I like to have him around to tutor the youngsters, so I'll just keep him here forever until he gets bored and wants to leave. I'd like to make him part of the coaching staff at some point. He's been so influential on our success at Ipswich. I just don't want to ever see him leave. Right, here we go. Have we scored yet? Why haven't we scored yet? I probably should have rested Lazaroff, actually. But Andrew Preston's out on loan. I can't remember where. Southampton, I want to say, maybe. Someone who's right at the top of the Championship. It might be Bournemouth, actually. It's somewhere down south. So we don't really have a backup right back apart from Pascal Leader, and he's obviously playing at centre back today. So Lazaroff has to play. Why didn't I bring Will Leach into the side? This would have been the ideal opportunity to rest Kyle Walker-Peters, who's already the lowest condition in the team. I think that's a half-time substitution. If I've even got Leach on the bench, of course I haven't, because I put Zabala and Dane on there. Fantastic. What a manager I am. Oh, that was just stupid, wasn't it? I suppose we could stick Leader out at left back. We're retraining him to play there. Might be nice for him to get some game time out there. It's nearly half time and we haven't scored yet. We've just hit the crossbar. This is getting embarrassing. This is live on the telly. And Carlisle are matching us. They've actually had more possession. They've had the same amount of shots. We've finally gone 1-0 up for Johnny Vaughan. That, we made far too much hard work of that. We need to go and get another 4 or 5 in the second half, or else the whole premise of including this game in the episode is ruined. And we then have to start worrying, is Stanek good enough? I mean, he might be the answer to the goalkeeping issue. I've spent, 5-10 minutes between doing these two live comms just looking around my shortlist for goalkeepers, and there just isn't anyone who's going to be better than Ben Garrett. But to clue you in on the sort of level Garrett's at, we've just had to turn down a £500,000 bid from a Championship club for him. So that's the level Ben Garrett's at. He's in every England squad, but he's comfortably third choice. He's never actually played for England. And yeah, he's obviously not a Champions League goalkeeper. Is this the time for Ivan Stanek to push? Oh, Lazarov's got an injury. Right, we need to get him off straight away. We can't risk an injury there. Have we got anyone? Well, we've got Leader who can go out to right back, I guess. So who's fitter? That will just bring Zabala on. Stick Leader out to right back. And we'll do that. Leader's played there plenty of times for us before, so he should know what he's doing. And ball over the top for Fall to chase. Can we get that into the middle? It goes to Vaughan and to Thomas. And their keeper's held on to that. Well, is that Bentley as in the really good goalkeeper Bentley, who's, I think he's at Southend in real life? He spent the last 10 years of this save at QPR. If it is, that explains why we're not scoring goals, because we could never score past him when he was at QPR. I need to go and investigate in a minute, but we'll bring Thierry Ambrose on first. I know it's early in the match, but why not? Hold on, can we click on there and see if... No, it's not, it's a different Bentley. Okay, panic over, because... if that was, what's his name? It's not David Bentley, because he's the one who used to play for Arsenal and Spurs and Blackburn. And hey, we're 2-0 up. The magic of the FA Cup and all that. Yes, we are coasting to victory now. I mean, we are making seriously hard work of this. Did Walker-Peters just backheel that free kick? I mean, seriously, how much deception do you need to have when you're taking a free kick on the halfway line? He could have just turned and kicked the ball to the guy next to him, or... the fella he backheeled it to could have just taken the free kick. That seems like showboating for showboating's sake. I kind of want to bring Walker-Peters off for that, because that was ridiculous. I haven't even got anyone who can play left back, but I might just go without a left back as punishment for him, to show him that going down to Carlisle, or up to Carlisle, is not an excuse to start doing stupid, big-time Charlie nonsense like that. Right, we're going to go 3-0 up here. Leader finds Christensen, who finds Fritzsche. Come on, we need to get a goal here. And it should be disallowed. I've fallen out with Kyle Walker-Peters now. He probably backheeled this in. Is this a scorpion kick for him to score here? Right, what stupid thing does he do here? Oh no, it's a toe poke. He's evened it out now, because that was, I mean, yeah, not exactly top quality Premier League technique there, was it? He must have heard me ranting about him. Right, I think we will take Walker-Peters off. And I'm going to bring Dane on. No, I'm not. I'm going to bring Cool on. And I'm just going to move everyone around a little bit and do that. There we go. Just because I don't want him getting too big for his boots. That free kick really annoyed me. Plus, he's a regular first choice player who it won't hurt to rest. He's got himself a goal. He's probably going to be man of the match. Are we going to score one more? 4-0 is respectable, I think, against Carlisle. 3-0, not so much. It'll do. It's not the opportunity to score a whole load of goals that we wanted. Oh, and Christensen got man of the match. Excellent. It's nice to see him having a good game in one of his rare appearances. There we go. So we're through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. What's wrong with Lazarov? Okay, he's only out for a week. That's fine. We can live with that. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on all of the future goodies. And thank you very much for watching.